I'm Milton, son of a carpenter and Mary. Daddy carpenter worked on skyscrapers. Mom Mary Ann. I'm the son of a carpenter and Mary. I get to tell parables. This is my sugar chick. Apparently it takes a whole lot of blood sugar to grow a new pair of eyes, whole new body. So I checked my blood sugar. If I can, oh, there's the flashlight right there. Smaller browner circles on their way out right there from a few years back. Used to be all dark brown before they started changing in '96. Bigger, bluer circles on their way in. $3.7 is bizarre, because I get well, it's been 12 hours. I didn't get a good sleep. That's a couple nights. Every couple hours, sometimes less than that. Oh, I don't think that's the reason. No, it's I've been doing a lot of good parables, good imagery lately, organizing good imagery as well. And those who do that kind of thing, smaller brown circles, you see that kind of brown part around the big black part there, blue part out here. It can be more tan is, more white is, more dark brown is. It depends on the day. Sometimes morning to afternoon. But back to my point, I've been designing a lot of good imagery, a lot of truthful imagery. And so if I've got a 370 blood sugar count, then I'm not going to design any imagery. I won't eat, and I won't have the energy to. I plan to I'm going to order today as an 8x10. Hopefully, if not today, tomorrow, Sunday. And I hope to just hold that up, the Wiram Wideo. But the Devalori and many others, the doctors of California, have requested the image for. Many other doctors worldwide. I'm going to do that. Just hold it up. It's up higher than usual. Hold it up and yeah. Remember, doctors, when you look out into that waiting room and you're thinking about that new Porsche you want to get, or maybe a new house, when you're doing that, remember all those patients out there in the waiting room are Wiram Wideo. Ever-present eyes and ears of technology. And you don't know which one of them has it going. And I know what you're thinking because you're evil, or at least devious. As soon as you come up with a way to find out, they will come up with a way to hide. Those ever-present eyes and ears of technology. Come see me in person, girls. And let me design graphic art around your beauty. I'd rather be doing that, but yeah, you got to get a Wiram Wideo out every once in a while. Come see me. Let me define graphic art, and I can make a DVD label out of you, a desktop out of you, oh, whatever you want. You want a t-shirt? But you got to see me in person. And remember, make those videos if you hijack calls to me. Not one Flight 93 checking over a decade of asking. You got the time, you got my number, you got the date. You got PhoneGate because Spectrum was bought by Randall Stevenson to harass a Christian in a wheelchair. Over the spine. I hate it when it's worse than usual. When you make that video, if you hijack call to me, was one of 150 million AT&T phones. Yeah, Randall goes in. Other phones as well. Not one in over a decade. Randall goes in, gets his hands even bloodier, altering phone records to cover up those crimes. Get PhoneGate on video. Save it for the Senate subcommittee. I'm Milton, John Milton Brady, son of a carpenter Mary. Daddy carpenter worked on skyscrapers, Mom Marianne. I'm the son of a carpenter Mary. I get to tell parables. And this is my morning sugar check, actually my only sugar check of the day. Apparently it takes a whole lot of blood sugar to grow a new pair of eyes, whole new body. That's what I'm doing. Don't try this at home. Dad himself taught me how to do the genetic carpentry. You don't want to end up with one orange eye and one green eye, do you? $3.30. Some more of my graphic art. And this is my eye. Oh, a few years ago, probably 2014, 13. Smaller, browner circles slowly disappearing, bigger, bluer circles growing in through and around. I'm going to show you my eyes with a flashlight here, hopefully. And this part's gone, the outer brown circle. And yeah, they were all very dark brown before they started changing in 96. 1996. You see the white part around the brown in the center there can get bigger, smaller, can be more brown, more light brown, even whitish brown, and that big blue circle growing in around and through, more around lately since that outer circle's disappeared. You know something about it. My changing eyes. Give me a call. Yeah, see that you can't reach me by phone, 424-229-4140. And yeah, I got a call on Sunday from someone who had tried to call before and had not been able to reach me. He said he could see the YouTube videos. It was a brief conversation, but yeah, if you've tried in the past and haven't been able to, try again. Remember to make that video if your phone's hijacked. As you try to call me, you don't have to believe anything I say about anything. My funny, my attention getting, my very serious, Flight 93 checks, and yes, the genetic carpentry there, serious as well. You don't have to, it doesn't affect it at all, your hijack lifeline. So, yeah, you make the video, you got the time on your phone, you got my number dialed, you got the date in your video, and Randall Stevenson next door there bought Spectrum to harass a Christian in a wheelchair. He gets his hands bloody. Oh, some nice cloud. Gets his hands bloody, look better in the reverse than they do in person. Gets his hands bloody hijacking phone calls to place a cowardly Hussein. And our White House rifle we got attacked by a whole lot of cowardly Husseins. Oh, I'm not a fan of the Oriental Russian guy building the Great Wall in America here. The truth is, my favorite should be all of our favorites. But yeah, you got the time and the date when Randall goes in to get his hands even bloodier. CEO in Dallas there of AT&T. And yes, when you see Spectrum, they own that now. And now you know why they bought Spectrum. Yes, to harass a Christian in a wheelchair. You got the time, you got the date, you got my number dialed, you got AT&T's bloody-handed phone gate. Also got Hussein's and who's that other guy? Oh, Trump's phone gate as well. Get on the video. Oh, I can't talk. I'm a handsome bald guy. I have trouble doing two things at once. Get it on video. Your stolen call to me is whatever boring thing you get when you don't get me. Not going to be boring. If you need to fireman, police, paramedic. Money out of your pocket every day. Calling up countless other folks and you get the same boring thing. It's your AT&T's livelihood. Get it on video. Come see me in person. And yes, it's our hijacked democracy, but when they're placing cowardly Husseins in our White House right after we got attacked by a whole lot of cowardly Husseins, it's very religious. A very religious kind of censorship, and you don't know it's over. We don't know it's over. So get it on video so they don't do that again. And yes, undo whatever was done during those 8 years. Come see me. Have wit will travel. Show me the perfect place to build. Jesus says immaculate house. Best people to start building with. You gotta do it in person. The devil steals your calls. Do that. We are at one of Trump's political rallies. And of course they got that chant going. Recall because we can't call. Recall because we can't call. And Trump, he sees young lady there with a flyer, maybe a little larger, maybe a poster. Yeah, one of these. Big fives, not one flight 93 check call and over a decade of asking. Check in, post in 5. Whatever boring thing you get, phone ringing, every message, business signal. Not going to be boring if you need the firemen, police, paramedics, money out of your pocket every day. Check and post in 5. Takes 5 minutes. Whoever's in the room there with you, make the video with your phone like I'm making this video with my phone. Turn around and let them make the video of your hijack lifeline. I'm going to try and get my eyes in. My imagery seems to be flying in all directions. But yeah. There's yes, smaller brown circles on the way out, bigger bluer circles on the way in, through and around. This part here can be tannish and whitish. A little less, a little more, depending on the day. Yes, medical research being passed by. Folks don't just grow new pairs of eyes. Doctors of blind folks would be interested in that kind of thing, you would think. Instead, the doctors of California. Utah, of course, with the Mormon cult. Louisiana and Catholics in those particular areas and others active in suppressing the truth about America's hijacked lifelines, for one. Something you can document with your phone right now. And also, Yes, holding back medical research. Get that on video. Come see me in person. After you make that 5-minute chicken posting 5 video of your hijack talk to me, and I'll design you a nice image. How's that? But you must see me in person. The devil steals your calls. I'm Milton, a John Melton Brady, son of a carpenter and Mary. This is gold. This is my sugar check. I'm sorry, firefighters. I gotta move you over so I can. He had gold. He thought about becoming a fire engine before he decided to, become a nice wheelchair and carry me around as I grow a new body. Whole new pair of eyes, set of organs, everything. I'll show you the eyes with my flashlight. Assuming it's still going. 4:05. Yeah, I've been getting some good parable videos and imagery in, and yesterday I uploaded a whole bunch of 2 months worth of me calling to complain about Solari Enterprises, Muslim Solari Enterprises hatred of the Christian in a wheelchair, and so of course those numbers are going to be up. Hope to get to Hussein's and Trump's phone gate. A little bit lighter than they were like yesterday, so maybe that's got something to do with it, but no, I think it's mostly that. I know it's not related to what I eat. I've watched that way too closely, observed that way too closely. And yes, I feel the same whether it's up over 500 or 95. Make that video of America's Hijack Lifelines right now. There's something you can document. It doesn't have anything to do with my sugar counts or my growing a new body. Slowly but surely. Used to be all brown, darker brown than that even. And in 96 they started changing. 1996. And that outer circle of the brown's now gone. As you can see, it's a slow process, but you got to get it done to build Jesus' immaculate house here on earth. Come see me in person when you see that religious persecution that placed the cowardly Hussein in our White House right after we got attacked by a whole lot of cowardly Husseins. When you see that intense hatred, come see me in person. Tell me what you think about the eyes, me not getting a Flight 93 check call in over a decade, and let's get started. Put that first brick of truth in Jesus' immaculate house right now. Whatever you get when you don't get me. And remember to try to call me up in front of all mayors, governors, senators when they're at that photo op. Do that brief call because we can't call. And come see Gold and me. Have wit, will trap. Well, I hope he doesn't change his mind. I need him to roll around. Yes, the muscles, the brown-eyed DNA being replaced by the blue-eyed DNA. Very painful with the bones and the muscles right now. See you tomorrow. I'm Melton, and this is my sugar check parable for the day. Apparently it takes a whole lot of blood sugar to grow a new pair of eyes, whole new body. And as I do that, I'm going to recap the parable that was the devil, Laurie, and Brady Bond and her gay husband, the 7-11 marriage. married on the 7th of September, the year of 9/11. That hatred woke me up this morning with the laying in wait folks from the apartment down below that Solari Enterprises is not doing anything about. And yes, Solari Enterprises is Muslim, actively harassing a Christian in a wheelchair. Me and you, that's your family's lifeline not working, I've been telling you about for over a decade. Deborah Lori Ann Brady Bond and Samuel Lynn Bond, her gay husband. $2.99. The fasting. That's from well before 9 o'clock or well before 10 o'clock last night. Yeah, it's medical research being passed by. I want to look at it that way, but it's a lot of folks getting their hands bloody. Being a part of America's Hijacked Lifelines, Lori and Sam Bond, Cheryl and his wife, Mitty's wife, Moo Bond as well. Let me get you that parable I'm working on, so I can put it as a sugar check one. He's talking to Trump. Smaller, browner circles disappearing, bigger blue circles growing in through around. This part's gone. The gay husband is talking to Donald Trump in Washington, and he says, you hear every day, don't you have like a job to go to or a home? Yes, he's complaining again about he's telling everybody how to document America's Hijacked Lifelines. You can't have that, Donald. You can't have that. And he asked Sam Lynn Bond, don't you have somewhere else to be? He said, don't worry, I got one at work. Another one at work waiting to do the night shift. In case some of you want to know how he does that overtime after overtime kind of stuff. And yes, I got one at home, the double wide trailer in the middle of nowhere. And Trump says, well, don't you know that reflects on the rest of the streets when you're that obvious and they're easy to document your fraud? And he says, I don't care. What are you doing about Melton wanting to build Jesus' immaculate house here on earth? You see I hope you did. Smaller circles, it's very nice, clear today. We can't have that. We're praying to the 9/11 Muslim devil down below together, Donald. I'm Melton, and yes, if you work near or with or live near or with the devil's couple Bonds of Lake Charles, yeah, make that video of you asking them, what do you know about me not reaching Melton? When else will my phone not be allowed to work? What is your threat to security? And add this, Samuel Lynn Bond of the Navy, before your naval career, during your naval career, and after your naval career. Do you have connections to the Taliban, ISIS, and the Saudi royal family? Get that reaction? Ask him why he's an active part. What do you do to reach Melton to taunt him about his hijacked lifeline? His AT&T livelihood. Ask him and the devil Lori Ann Brady Bond. They're often having car trouble. Same with the Cheryl Bond with the Department of Water and Power, in charge of 1 in 30 Americans, water and electricity, not 1 in 30 Californians, 1 in 30 Americans. So when you see Cheryl Bond or Sam Bond, Lori Ann Brady Bond, get their photos. You can put one here, one here, one here, one here. Hand them out in LA Thousand Oaks. So Cheryl doesn't live in L.A. I always thought that was odd. Oh, it's been 10 years since this, well over 10 years since I seen the 7-Eleven couple from L.A. at the marriage in West Monroe there. But yeah, I'm assuming he's still telling David Wright what he should do and all that. You asked David Wright, the head of the LA Department of Water and Power, why can't I reach Melton? Why are you letting Cheryl alter payments of a man, a Christian in a wheelchair? What else are you letting Cheryl do that affects our security as a nation? Get his reaction and post, and yes, look for them broken down by the side of the road with that car karma, and ask him, when else will my phone not be allowed to work? What connections do you have to Trump? Catholics of Los Angeles. Oh, Lori, I don't have it. It's on the computer. I haven't pulled up yet. Lori of Lori and Brady Bomb the Devil. She requested the Wiram Wideo image, so all of their doctors, the devil bonds, make sure you print out a full page of that Wiram Wideo. And remember, you don't know who in that waiting room or on the golf course, the country club, you don't know who has that ever-present eyes and ears of technology running in their pocket. Oh, audio makers, that don't take up much space at all. Trump probably has 5 or 6 walk in and out of the Oval Office each day. Ask, hand them the Wiram Wideo image, and tell them thanks, as from the entire medical community. And of course, you know about me and Dignity Health, LAC, USC, Keck Medical, and the Adventist cult, the Angry Vegetarians. Showing me their character. Have wit, will travel. We got some good folks anywhere but Louisiana, Utah, or California. Try to call me. See the devil steal your call. 424-229-4140. Come see me in person. 4260 Eagle Rock Boulevard, Apartment 409, Los Angeles, California, 90065. Have wit, will travel. Show me that perfect place to build one of those 1,000 points of light. Jesus' immaculate house. In person, the way to get things done. And yes, seriously, do that Intel for America. Oh, you can make a, without Sam and the other devil couple folks. You know how to use that GPS? Mail me anything with a GPS. I don't know anything about that other than it tells you where you're at. And use that, all good cops, military, across America, use that to find out where Trump's stolen mail warehouses are. It's how he and the cowardly Hussein got placed into office. Hijacking America's democracy. Can't reach me right now? Get that boring thing? Phone ringing, error message, busy signal? Not going to be boring if you need the firemen, police, paramedics. It's going to be money out of your pocket every day, so yeah, use those GPSs to find out where the stolen mail warehouses are. Not one bit of mail about the 93 checks I haven't gotten in over a decade. I don't think you can rate that one. And of course, no 93 checks, no FedEx, no UPS mail. You want to mail me something? Make a video at first, and yes, use that GPS thing. Seems like there is one other thing, as long as I've dragged on this long. Make that video, whatever you get when you don't get me. Post. Oh, medical research being passed by. If you know anyone who's hired, no, that wasn't it. Get them on to do that intel, and yes, ask those folks. When else will your phone not be allowed to work? And yes, bring me up at all those churches, other religious buildings, and when you do, you don't even have to have an audio maker going. When you do, you ask, why did they place a cowardly Hussein in our White House? When else will my phone not be allowed to work? How did they do that? And you know how they did that, but when you ask specific folks who are a part of all that, they don't know. If your phone's not making that audio, or any of those folks at that church, synagogue, temple, I don't know the lingo. I'd have to do some Googling. They don't know. At that photo op, you don't know. The guys with the big, yeah, they can make those things, but in that corner where somebody asks, you don't know. The ever-present eyes and ears of technology, use it to get something better than cowardly Trump and the cowardly Hussein in our White House, not protecting us from dangerous Muslims on American soil hijacking America's lifelines. These are some flowers. Let's go. This is my sugar check. Apparently it takes a whole lot of blood sugar to grow a new pair of eyes, whole new body. Stigmata eye in the palm. Apparently it takes that. Still gotta check my sugar every once in a while. You'll notice that little brown circle around the outside of the brown eyes with the blue growing in through. Why can't I see that? It has disappeared. I'm going to point a flashlight at it and show you. $3.95. Now the bigger bluer circles growing in through and around. Yeah, it keeps getting bigger. The white part around that brown, the tan part, that can be more tan, more white. A little more white today, I think. Not the flashlight, is it? Slowly but surely, growing through, doing a little genetic carpentry. Don't try this at home. Dad himself taught me how to do that. Come see me. Tell me what you think of my saints. Imagery. Got a saint that needs an image. Yeah. Tell me all about that saint, because you're going to see cowardly Hussein placing religious censorship as you try to call me. 424-229-4140. So see me in person, 4260 Eagle Rock Boulevard, apartment 409, Los Angeles, California, 90065. See me in person. Tell me all about that saint that needs an image. I'm Milton, and these are some June saints. Old English. Laminated. I'm going to cut them out, and then I'll have them for the nice, easy to do laminated saints. Oh, that's all clergy. Sunday. And some 4x6 saints imagery out at church. With the link there so they know where. They come in two different, one with link, one without, so that they can go to saints-imagery.blogspot.com. All the links, download a year's worth of saints. May have missed a day or two here and there, but more than 360, because I'm going through the second time around. Got a saint that needs an image, make that video of your hijack call to me. Not one polite 93 check call in over a decade of asking. You got the time on your phone, you got my number dialed, you got Hussein's and Trump's phone gate, AT&T's phone gate. Been around longer than both, hasn't it? Randall Stevenson gets his hands bloody, hijacking your calls to me. You don't know when else that phone won't be allowed to work for whatever Randall's reasons. CEO based in Dallas, Texas. Randall Stevenson. You don't know when else that phone won't be allowed to work. But you do know it's not going to be newsworthy if it's for political, religious, business reasons. So he hijacks America's lifelines to place Trump, the Oriental buffoon Russian guy. And then he alters phone records too. Hijacks phone calls, then alters phone records. Every once in a while I get that backwards. Alters phone records, cover up crimes. Here's the blood sugar. I'm going to show you the change in eyes growing as a new set. $366. So that's dead. So it's gold. Chrome up his charger. Yeah, Dad would often it. You know, back in like the 70s, so you just have those adapters handy, so you just take a pair of pliers and take it. Let me show you the eyes. No adapter needed. Right there, you can see it. It's kind of dark. Smaller browner circles on the outside of the eyes, slowly disappearing. Bigger blue circles rolling through and around. Sorry for rushing, but already up to 4 minutes. I gotta show you the eyes, and that's gonna be the sugar check. $366. It has been up there for a little while. It will go in waves up and then a little down, and I call it the phone. See that? That's kind of bright right there on the outside of the brown part, and the brown part's a little lighter than it has been. The tan part there can be more whitish, more tannish. The brown part can be a little bigger. The blue part is growing in through around in that circle around it. It's gone. Genetic carpentry. Don't try this at home. Dad himself taught me how to do that. Come see me in person, tell me all about that saint that needs an image. And here's Teresa. Mother Teresa is the a September saint. You gotta size up the big ones, 8x10s yourselves. Or you can find somebody who can do it for you. Download those images. Have to be prepared as a 4x6 to be printed as a 4x6, but yeah, that's so that the photo printer doesn't crop off part of the image. It has to be prepared as an 8x10, otherwise that might happen right there or right there. And it has to be prepared as a 4x6, otherwise the same thing will happen. Print them out. They'll keep you company, the saints, on that desk, on that nightstand, on that tabletop.